Good morning and welcome to day 81 on the PCT. Oh my goodness, it is a beautiful morning. I can see Mount Rainier back over there, which I didn't see last night when I got here. There's too many clouds. There's a little haze from the smoke. I can smell smoke this morning. There is that Airplane Lake fire not too far away. But oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's about 6:55 right now. Getting a lot earlier start today because I have to do at least 25 miles to make up for the 15 miles I did yesterday. So yeah, today's goal is to get off of this detour and get back on the PCT. I should hit that in about 12 to 13 miles. But another special thing today, it's my daughter's birthday. So not only her birthday, but her 16th birthday. So Emma, I love you. I'm sorry that I'm not there, sweetheart, but when I get home, we will celebrate. I'm gonna get on the trail, get hiking. I just put my tent away, got my backpack on, and I'll catch you guys with some of what I expect to be the most amazing views I've seen in a while with the sunrise this morning. I haven't seen one of these in a while. It's the eye. See the line on the bottom there, and then right at the top, the top. Side of the tree now. Oh, he's going up. So that's a woodpecker. He's climbing and pecking away. All right, so first of all, that is a huge tree. Dang. And second of all, I just got stung again. In almost the same exact spot on my calf as I did the last time. I think it was a bee this time because I actually got the stinger with the little sack attached to it. See that right there? See that red dot right there is the scar, the wound from the last time. And then there is the new one right there. Just right next to it. God. Just walking down the trail, minding my own business, and all of a sudden, bam! Most of the pain's gone now anyways, just a light sting. But that's annoying. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but there is the Sauk River or Swak River or Swak. I don't know how to pronounce it, but just down in front of me, not far. And then if you look up in the sky, it is very smoky. There. Very, very smoky from that Airplane Lakes fire. Since I woke up this morning, I've traveled 5.7 miles in just under 3 hours. It's 9:55 right now. This trail is very steep. It's like if the PCT just got rid of switchbacks and decided, well, if there's any elevation, it's just gonna go straight up it or straight down it. Because that's what it feels like on this trail. There's minimal use switchbacks. My legs are almost shaking right now. Like they're weak. And you gotta think I've hiked 750 miles in the last almost 3 months. So my legs are in really good shape, but they're not used to that. So this detour has been killer on my legs and very slow going. Once I get down to the river and cross it, I start my journey back up the mountain on the other side to rejoin with the PCT. And I think that's probably 6 miles, 7 miles. I'll just be glad to get back on the PCT and be done with this detour, I'll tell you that. So here is the river. It's a decent sized river. Not flowing too hard though. And then I'm assuming that is where I cross this log right here. Looks like the top's been kind of shaved down, flattened up. That should be easy enough to cross. It's not wet. But first, I'm gonna come down here. I think I can access the river. Yeah, there's a trail right down here that leads down to the river. I can get some water. So I'm down to 1.5 liters, so I'm gonna do that and then cross. All right, I feel stable enough to do this with one hand. Somebody spent some time shaving the top of this log off, thankfully. That's helped quite a bit. Makes it a lot more stable than you would imagine. A lot more than if it was rounded, that's for sure. Woo, and then there's a little handle here at the end. All right, now I just gotta climb down that, get back up to there. That wasn't bad. All right, river crossed. Now we just gotta find the other trail and head back towards PCT. Just crossed the river here and notice this really cool growth on this tree. I'm not sure what that is, some kind of fungus, a mushroom or something. Looks old, it's all covered in spider webs, but it's really big. It's about 2.5 feet tall, I'd say, and maybe 1.5 foot wide at the widest. Anyone know what that is? You let me know. That's pretty cool looking. All right, we got a sign here. Yeah, Pacific Crest Trail to the left. Whooshoo, that way. Makes sense. That's the way I thought it would be. Another 6 miles or so to the PCT, and then we'll be back on track. So I've only been hiking on this new trail for just a minute, and it is so much better than the trail I've been on for the last 10 miles. This is definitely more of a PCT grade trail. It's at least twice as wide, definitely a lot less steep of a grade. It's way nicer. Hopefully it stays like this the entire way up. That would be nice. I can actually make up some time. It's pretty big. It's my hand compared to it. Got to be close to 10 feet across at the base. That is a huge trunk. Jeez, you're big. Just to give you an idea, that's my hand. Talking, he's a good 6 inches long. All right, bud, you're almost across. Safe travels. Haven't even gone a couple 100 feet up the trail and there's another one. Gotta be careful not to step on you guys. I don't want to hurt you, but also I don't want to slip and fall. Yeah, I gotta keep my eyes open. Apparently this is prime slug territory. It is smoky. It's getting thicker. So, something I wasn't aware of, but makes me a little nervous now that I know. Apparently it's deer hunting season. I passed a camp a mile or two back. They said they were hunting mule deer. Didn't know that it was hunting season right now. And I don't have any hunter's orange. So I'm out here on this side trail and it's hunting season and I'm wearing earth tones. So hopefully there's no trigger happy hunters out here who aren't paying attention and mistake me for a deer. I'm sure that won't happen, but it makes you nervous. Just another thing to keep in the back of my head. Don't look like a deer, don't act like a deer. Should be okay. How cool is this? A big tree growing out of the stump of an old tree. It's literally just growing right up out of the middle of it. Look at that. That is cool. I just stopped and ate lunch a little bit ago. I stopped where I did because it was right before the elevation starts. I've only got about 3.5 or 4 miles on this detour, but if my calculations are right, it's 3,000 feet of elevation gain over those 4 miles. So it's gonna be a hefty climb, and then once I get back to the PCT, it's another 550 feet of elevation gain, and then it starts going downhill again. So I've got about 3,500 to 3,600 feet of elevation in the next 5 miles. That's a lot, but I'm fueled up and ready to go now. Ready to get it back up on top of the mountains and be able to see everything, get out of this valley, and show you guys what it looks like up there. So I don't know if there's a heat wave going through Washington right now or what, but it's 85 degrees right now. It was down in like the low 40s last night. It was cool in the 60s all morning. I start coming up on this mountain. 85.1 degrees. It just feels like it's getting hotter. I'm roasting. It is not making this elevation easier at all. There's barely any kind of a breeze at all. Whew. Man, hopefully it gets cooler towards the top of the mountain because this is bad. Haven't had temperatures this hot for weeks. I thought we were over it. It's the middle of September in the Northern Cascades. What's going on? This is crazy. Whew. Well, the good news is I'm almost halfway up. Bad news is that's where I'm going. All the way to the very top of that. That's quite a ways away. And that's all exposed too, so sorry, I'm trying to be positive. I just stopped and took a break. I've got about less than 1.5 liters of water left. There's supposedly water up there, but I'm about to step out into the open sun, so I gotta do this just slowly so I don't sweat too much and drink too much water, just in case there isn't any up there. That would suck. So the next water after that is like 5 miles away. Well, I'm on the last stretch up the mountain here to meet the PCT, and I can see smoke in front of me in the distance from that Airplane Lake fire. A lot of the smoke cleared out, but it looks like it might have a little flare up again. I just ran into a guy coming down the mountain, not doing the PCT, he's just out here with his dog enjoying the trail. And he was telling me that he met a bunch of people that went through the fire closure on the other side, which makes sense because I'm pretty sure the 3 people behind me yesterday went through the fire closure. Well, that's just not for me. It would have been a lot easier, but it's not worth the risk of dying or getting a $10,000 fine or putting someone else's life at risk. But I'm thankful that I decided to skip the next fire closure in Tehican because 70 miles. If it's anything like this, I can't imagine. This is slowing me way down. It's already 4 o'clock. I think I've done 13 miles. I wanted to do 25, but today looks like it's gonna be 20. If I can get to the top of this freaking mountain, I still have like 1,300 feet to go. I just made it back to the PCT. See the fire closure sign here? That is southbound on the PCT right there. That is all blocked off due to the Airplane Lake fire. You see all that smoke over there. My understanding is the fire is just on the other side of that ridge, and that's why this is blocked off. Anyways, so the path on the left here is the detour that I just finished coming up. And then to the right is the official PCT. And it's gonna go up another 550 feet in elevation. I'm glad I took the detour because I did the right thing, the safer thing. But man, just for a 7-mile little closure, I had to do this almost 18-mile, God knows how many feet of elevation, probably 5,000 or more. Anyways, it's done. It's way later than I planned. I've got to really book it to try to make 20 miles. I still have a few hours of daylight left, so I can do at least 6 miles, at least. Just came over the ridge finally, and boy is the view awesome. Check this out. That over there is Glacier Peak. Look at all of that. That's cool. There's no trees on this side. Well, not many. But that is, I believe, a volcano, and one of the 5 highest peaks in Washington State. But look how smoky it is. Man, it is bad over there. It's about 5:45, so I have almost 2 hours of daylight left. Try to make 4 miles if I can. See how it goes. This looks kind of rocky, but it's not too steep. It's definitely not the detour, so it should be fine. Glad to be back on the PCT again, and off that alternate. Got the bird staring at me here. I see you. There's a smaller one there. Another one here. But that one up there is the big one. What you doing? interesting. Decent size too. That's my foot next to it. It's about 7 o'clock. My goal of 25 miles is not happening. I am at about 17.5 miles, which is way less than I wanted. But man, that detour kicked my butt. It's gonna get dark soon. Sun's already set behind these mountains. There's a stream just up ahead. There's a couple campsites there next to the stream. That's where I'm gonna pitch. Put me at about 18 miles for today. The good news is I still have 3 days until Stehekin. 2 days to make up the lost miles. But the only bad part is now I'm gonna have to make up 7 miles instead of 5. So that means I have to do at least 25 miles tomorrow. I should probably try to do 25 the next day too, so that I get to Stehekin earlier before the shuttle, the last shuttle. But yeah, anyways, my feet are killing me. I'm exhausted and I'm starving. That is my campsite, everybody. The stream is just right over there, right down below it. This is a big campsite. You can fit a lot of tents here. Ooh. Oh yeah. Plenty of flat space, I think. Yeah, right in here. All right, perfect. And stream. Ooh. Actually, I don't know. That's a really steep trail down to the water. I was hoping it would be easier than that. Well, there's still another campsite 0.3 miles from here, right at the stream. I think I'm gonna go to that one. Besides, to give me that much extra distance, so back to the trail. So this is the site right here. Plenty of room. Could fit a couple tents here easy. I'm gonna probably set up right there, and then right down there you got a beautiful stream. So yeah, this is my camp for the night. Not too bad. Get my tent set up, get some food because I'm starving. There, that was fun. A little videoing like I normally do in my winter videos with all the different angles. I miss doing that. I will be getting back to that soon, don't worry. Tent set up, I'm gonna set up my bed and then eat, and then that's it. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's about 5:45 in the morning. I woke up 5:30. I'm gonna get an early start today. It'll be light enough to hike at 6:30, so it usually takes me around an hour to get everything packed up and ready to go, and I really need to make 25 miles today. I know I keep saying that, but now that I'm back on the PCT, I think I can make it happen. Get an early start as possible, hike as late as I can, and I really think I can do it. I have to do it. So that's the plan for today. I'm still waking up, but I'm gonna get everything finished, and then I'll see you guys out on the trail. Good morning, and welcome to day 82 on the PCT. It is 6:30 in the morning, one of my earliest starts yet, and it's a little chilly. It's 54 degrees. It's beautiful out today. Today's challenge, my first 25-mile day. I looked at the map. I've got 65.2 miles to the bus stop at to get to Stehekin. That means I've got 3 days left. I have to make 50 miles in the next 2 days, so that the last day I have 15 miles. I can get there in time for the shuttle. My camp for today is called Dolly Vista Campsite. It's 24.8 miles down the trail, and it's 6,700 feet of elevation gain. That's a lot. I can do it. I have to do it. And then I'm gonna do it again the next day. So, we get started and knock it out, and hopefully get there before dark. Crossing here with a broken bridge. Yeah, it looks safe enough. It's a little slippery. I wonder why it broke. Interesting. Still strong enough carry my weight. Huh. Alright, I gotta use both hands to get down from this. That is definitely an eye carved into the tree. Should be one on the other side. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I haven't seen these kind of mushrooms before, or fungus, or whatever they are. That's cool. Okay, that is a big mushroom. Jeez, look at my foot compared to that. It's bigger around than my hand. That's crazy. This trail is like bushwhacking through the jungle. You can hear the water. There's just tons of little streams going through here. Lots of really thick, tall vegetation. Lots and lots of downed trees like this that I've been having to climb over. But that was an easy one compared to the other ones, but there's a big glacier river that I'm about to come up on. Should see right around this corner. And there it is. That's not so bad. This is our next major river crossing. Yeah. It's not too bad. Looks like right up there, there's some logs I can cross over. Right there. Well, I made it across. Took me a little bit to find a spot, but I finally did. I continue on before the sun hits me and warms everything up, so I will catch you guys down trail. Sounds like fighter jets. Well, that was going quick. I didn't actually see them, but it's Glacier Peak right there. Beautiful mountain. Lots and lots of glaciers. That is a marmot, otherwise known as a whistle pig, and that is why. Oh, he got camera shy. He's been sitting out there for a long time, screaming at me. As soon as I turn on the camera, he runs away. Look at that view. It's a little hazy out from the smoke, but man, I'm going up this hill right here. It's a mountain, I should say. Going right up there. And over the top, probably another 400 or 500 feet elevation to go. And then I'll be going downhill for about 5 miles. Look at that view. Just got here close to the top of this mountain, and whew, just a deep, deep, deep canyon. I wish it wasn't so smoky. I could see a lot more. So now, I came up that way. I have to continue on that direction, and I'm curious to see what's over that hill. This is what's on the other side of that ridge. Look at this. It just keeps getting bigger. The mountains keep getting bigger the farther north I go. That's crazy. And I don't know what that is over there, if that's, I don't know if that's Mount Baker, I don't know. Probably not. But that's got a lot of snow on it too. Look at that. That is a lot of snow on that mountain. And then behind me, the way I just came up, got all those beautiful mountains. And then of course, right on the other side of this is Glacier Peak, which you can't see right now, but man. Oh, I think I see where I'm going today. You see that zigzag? Those switchbacks going up the mountain? I think that's my path. There's the switchbacks I'm taking down. The view up here is just gorgeous. A little hazy, but I didn't know Northern Washington looked like this. It's crazy. This lake is beautiful. It's so clear. Look at that. See that rock way down there? This is deep. Amazing. See a big cloud of smoke way off in the distance. I'm guessing that is the fire past Tehican. And it looks like a big one. It's a long ways away, but that is a big old cloud of smoke. That's what I have to climb up to sleep tonight. All the way up there, and then all the way up there. I'm at the beginning of the uphill, the last 6.6 miles of my hike today, and I've got 2,855 feet of elevation to go, and it's 5:30. So I'm gonna be hiking in the dark for sure, but it's all right. I should get there before 10. Here's the north side of Glacier Peak. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of ice up there. Well, climbed about 1,200 feet, a couple miles, and right up there is where I started. I believe it was right there. Yeah, now I'm all the way over here. I descended 3,000 feet and I've ascended 1,200 feet. And that's all been over probably 7 or 8 miles. Right now, I'm in the zigzag part, the switchback part that I showed you on the other side of this valley when I was up on the other mountain. But that's how far I've made it so far. Pretty good, huh? It's almost 8 o'clock and I'm pretty much at the top of this mountain. It got noticeably colder as soon as I got up on top here. Not too much farther to go, but that'll put me at 25 miles for the day. Just like I planned. You know, I don't love hiking at night alone, but a lot of people do it. It's fine. It's really not a big deal. It's more the fact that you can't see what's out there, you know. I'm making really good progress. I think I have like 2.5 miles to go till I get to camp, something like that. I will catch you all when I get to camp, but I just wanted to show you how dark it was. Ooh, and check that out. The valley full of smoke. That's really cool looking. I'm above all the smoke, that's good. Maybe my allergies won't bother me tonight. All right, so here's my campsite. I actually had to go past the spot I wanted because it was full of people. And I tried to ask if there was any room, but no one was answering. So I just went down like less than 1/10 of a mile and saw this little side trail that went off. And it led to this. So now I have a spot all to myself. So I'm gonna pitch my tent and then cook some food and go to bed. It is, let's see what time it is here. It is 9:11. And I definitely went my full 25 miles plus. So, woohoo! Personal best record and 6,700 feet of elevation gain. So, I'm happy. Good morning and welcome to day 83 on the PCT. It's a beautiful, cloudless blue sky this morning. Nice and warm, 56 degrees. I'm not that sore after yesterday. I'm a little tired, but it's 8:14. Get a little bit later start today. I slept in after last night, but I didn't get to bed till 10:30. But it's all right. Today is mostly downhill for the first 12.5 miles. I'm gonna go 25 miles again today, and I've got about 4,700 feet of elevation gain. Nothing compared to yesterday's 6,700. So today should go a lot quicker. I don't think I'll have to hike at night. We'll see. Should be able to make some really good time. And then that'll put me 15 miles away from the shuttle to Stehekin. got some exciting news. I just stopped and panicked because I realized, oh my gosh, 800 miles. Did I pass it already? I told everyone I would catch it this time. Well, guess what? I'm happy to say I only missed it by 7 miles this time. 807 miles hiked on the PCT. See, I'm better this time. I only missed it by 7, so I'm gonna consider that pretty much a bullseye. That is a lot. And you've all stuck with me through the whole thing. Thank you so much for watching with Jason and I on the trail in the beginning, and then watching me by myself through Washington. I really appreciate everybody's support for making it through this far and watching my adventure. Anyways, woo, another mile marker down, another 100. The border will be the next big mile marker. Thank goodness they actually cut these trees out. Whew, some big ones. There's a lot of them. Oh, spoke too soon. There's one. All right. How's everyone crossing this bad boy? This way? Ugh. Coming up here. Ugh. And then climbing up here. I'm guessing. Whew. On top of the world. It's a big tree. And let's see. Down here. And then down there. Oops. Aha. I did it. One-handed too. These logs that are blown down, man, some of them are literal obstacle courses. That is one thing I'll say about this area between Stevens Pass and Stehekin. It's rough. There's a lot of down trees. There's a lot of collapsed trail. There's a lot of overgrowth with plants, but I can see why, because the Forest Service would have a heck of a time getting back here with horses. In fact, I'd say it's almost impossible to get through here with a horse. This is some rugged terrain. Lots of elevations, steep climbs up and down. Just makes this section that much more interesting and that much more of an accomplishment once you're through it. The trees through here are huge. There's so many of them. I've seen a lot of big trees on the trail, but man, that is massive. Look at that behind me. And I'll get up next to it. I can't really. I mean, it's huge. Same with this one. The thing is massive. At least 6 feet across. This is an old forest, and man, look at this. Check this out. This huge tree that fell down. I mean, it's almost as tall as I am on its side. Hey, this is my trekking pole. It is a big tree. And then there's other big trees that fell on top of it. Wow. It's sad to see these trees falling over, and the root system on that must be ginormous. Let's see. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get around this. It looks like people are walking over it. I guess. Yep. Ugh. Oh yeah, there's a pink marker trail marker, and they're going underneath that. That is huge. All right, well, let's see what the root looks like. Probably got some giant boulders in it. They usually do, but oh man, this is so crazy. Just fell on my knees here, scraped my backpack. Jeez. Here's the roots. I mean, that's gotta be good 15 feet tall, 20 feet tall. Easy. Wow. The size of that. I mean, some of the individual roots are as big as some trees. Wow. It just ripped the ground up here where it came out. Come back here a little farther so you can get the whole thing in the picture. Look at that. Massive. It's sad that it fell down, but it's also cool to look at. All right. I could tape in here all day. There's so many big trees. But I'm sure you don't all want to see. You want to see that all day long. I think I just ripped a hole in my pack. Did I? Look like I ripped a hole. I can't tell. Okay, that's the biggest one I've seen so far. That is ginormous. Look how thick that thing is. Dang. Oh man, that's massive. Look at this. There's 3 of them together. All grouped together here. But look at this one. Oh my gosh, all of these. That's like as big as the other one. I can't believe this. This is amazing. Wow. Okay, I gotta get back to hiking. I'm losing time. Wow. All right, I just got to the Suattle River, and this is the biggest bridge I've seen at all on the PCT. This is a piece of work. Can't talk, sorry, distracted. Too many gorgeous views all the way around. Oh wow, it's even got iron or steel. Oh, cool. That is a big river. I'm glad I don't have to cross that by foot. Dang. Very silty. Oh, wow. Ooh, look at that view. That's pretty. Wow. That's a lot of water. That would not be fun to cross. Going on to the other side. Yep, I'm very happy they have a bridge here. This one would not be easy to cross. Not just gonna skip across some rocks on that one.
think he's screaming at me. If I could actually hear him, he would be cussing me out right now. Get away from me! Look how cool that is, though.
I just stopped and ate lunch by the Swaddle River, and now all the downhill's over. Time for the uphill part of the day. So this is what I've got for you on Far Out. You can see it's a steep incline. That's 4,101 feet of elevation gain over 11.2 miles. I'm over here in the far left. I'm going all the way up to the far right at the top of that mountain at Swaddle Pass. So it'll be a long hike, but I'm glad that it's longer so that the elevation isn't as steep. So about 1 o'clock, and I think it'll take me about 6 hours to get up there. It should be 7 o'clock by the time I get to the top. That'll put me around 20 miles for the day. I'll still have a few to go after that. Up to a cool river crossing here. I've seen quite a few of these log bridges. They're very sturdy. Someone said in the comments that, I don't know where, but upstream that direction somewhere, there's a dead deer carcass in the river. I'm not gonna go explore that, but I'm also not gonna take water from here either. Just in case. That's why you filter your water always. You never know what's upstream. You definitely smell something dead though. Unless it's just in my subconscious right now because of reading that. But it does smell like something gross. The eyes have returned again. And I'm talking about the eyes carved into the trees, of course. That's an old one. Backside. Yep. It is 81 degrees in the shade. Another warm day. Glad it's not raining, but man, I'm not used to this warm weather. It's beautiful, but if it was just, you know, at least 20 degrees cooler right now. Oh, this would be so much better. I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm making really good time. I'm surprised. I might actually make 25 miles by dark. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen today, but now I think it will. Unless the trail drastically increases in steepness. But I think it's just this gentle, long switchback all the way to the top, so we'll see. What kind of mushroom is this? Is this lion's mane? I don't think it is, but it's cool looking. If I didn't know any better, I'd say an avalanche came through here and knocked down all these trees. It's just this narrow swath. They're all uprooted or broken in half. Going down there. That's my guess anyways. That's what it looks like to me. I got down a little lower here. I was just standing up over there. I couldn't see it before, but yeah, there's the big mountain up above us. So that could definitely have a big avalanche come down there and then sweep right through here. Whew. Man, snap these over like little twigs. closer to the top. Only about 1.2 miles to go. And then almost all my elevation will be over for the day. I'll have over 20 miles. And I'm not that far from the 25-mile mark. I'm feeling good right now. I've been cruising up this mountain. I'm at the top of Swaddle Pass. Gone 21 miles so far, and that is an amazing view. Notice there's a lot of big clouds coming in all around. Some of them look like thunderheads, so hopefully that's not the case, but I have 4 more miles to go before I make camp, and it is 6:17, so I should be able to make it before it gets dark. Good morning. Welcome to day 84 on the PCT. I got an early start this morning. It's about 6:45. I didn't film myself getting into camp last night because when I got there was a bunch of people sleeping. So I wanted to be as quiet as possible. It was dark anyway, so. But I got to camp about 8 o'clock, and something unfortunate has happened. My Far Out app, the app I've been relying on to tell me where to go, how far I've gone, where all the water stops are, all that stuff. It froze when I got to camp last night. We're talking froze to the point where it's unusable. Now this happened one other time when Jason was with me and we were almost to Mount Hood. The same thing happened, it froze, couldn't get it to work. And luckily at that time, Jason had the app on his phone too. And I had really good cell service at that spot. So I deleted the app and reinstalled it. That was the only way I could get it to work. Well, unfortunately, here, I don't have Jason and I don't have cell service. So I am essentially hiking blind right now without a map. From what little information I was able to pull before the app froze, I've got about 14 and a half miles today to get to High Bridge Historical Camp and Building. High Bridge is where the shuttle comes in. I do know also that I have almost all downhill today, 4,000 feet of downhill and only 1,000 feet of ascent. There should be plenty of water along the path. I'm pretty sure that I'm following this valley down most of the day, and there should be water. My dad, I told him about this last night, and he was able to look up the map online and said it looks like the path follows a stream or a river most of the way down to that camp, hoping I don't get on the wrong path. I just have to get there by 2. Should be fun. That'd be a cool camp spot. Looks like someone has used it too. I don't know, it's a big old rock hanging over you. All right, you know me and these big trees. I found another one. That's giant. Whoo-wee. And then over there, there's a couple more big ones. Look at that. I've gone 4.4 miles in about an hour and a half. I'm booking it. I only have 10 miles left. There's only one spot where I thought I might get lost. I came up on a river crossing and there was multiple trails going different directions. Luckily, there was a guy camped out there at the river, and I was able to ask him which direction the PCT was, and it was indeed across the river, luckily. And then once I got across the river, I saw a sign that said PCT north and south. I've been on that same trail ever since. Also, I'm starting to smell the smoke pretty strong from the next big fire past Stehekin. I can see it up in the sky too. I thought it was all clouds up here, but now I'm seeing thick brownish smoke all around me. Also, you can see the skin on my nose is it's been pretty bad the last few days. When I sweat a lot and when it's really hot, it gets worse. I don't know, it's like eczema or psoriasis or something. I don't really know. I'll have to go to a dermatologist after I get home and figure it out. It's really irritating it. And it just peels off and then it bleeds. That little scabs all over. It's just annoying. And it doesn't look very good either, so. I'm rambling, sorry. Part of me is nervous being out here without a map. See, let this be a lesson to you. Always carry backup. Now, see, I've got two phones. I'm recording right now on my work phone, and then I have my personal phone in the other pocket, and that's the one that I have the Far Out app on. I should have installed it on both phones. Only thing is it costs like 20 bucks to download the map packs for the PCT, and I already did it on Jason's phone too. I just didn't want to do it, pay for it 3 times, but I should have. And also, even more important than that, I should have held on to my paper maps. I had paper maps of the PCT for Washington and Oregon, and I carried them with me for a long time. And then I sent them home with my parents because I was trying to get rid of extra weight. And I did that even knowing that this app had frozen on me before. And I still sent home my paper maps. That was dumb. Oh, and I had a compass, and I sent that home, right? Compass, paper maps, all home. That's not a good thing. If that had happened to me a few days ago, or even yesterday, like before I got to camp, I don't know what I would have done. There's no way to know how far I've gone, how far I have left. First thing I'm doing when I get to Chelan is going back to the store and buying a paper map. But yeah, it's dumb of me not to have that. That was so stupid. What's one of the 10 essentials? A paper map and compass. Let that be a lesson. Always be prepared. Some thick brush growing through here. A lot of the trail has been like that since I got halfway to Stehekin. But this morning there's even more of it. Makes sense, because I'm in the bottom of a valley, a lot more moisture down here. Whew. It's beautiful though. Look at all that smoke. I just remembered another way I can tell if I'm on the PCT or not. Eyes. The trees have eyes. As long as I keep seeing those, I should be good. River crossing here. Yeah, this has got to be it. It's a little sketchy, but it's solid. Handrail could be a little more sturdy, but woo-wee, it's wobbling now. That's a freaky feeling. Alrighty.
That was fun.
I was just thinking about my time on the PCT so far, how much I've grown since I started. I remember the first day, Jason and I reluctantly did 13 miles when we were only supposed to do 10, and we could barely move. Everything hurt. I could almost physically not take another step. And then yesterday, I did 26 and a half miles. Today, I'm about to do 14 miles in between 5 or 6 hours. The first day, it took us all day to do that, 13 miles. It's been 84 days, 60 something days that I've actually hiked since I started. But the point I'm trying to make is I set a goal when I started this hike. Wanted to hit some target mile goals. I started off with, 15 miles. We hit that. Then 20 miles. I hit that. And the last goal I had for myself was to hit 25 miles in a day. And I did that back to back, 2 days in a row, the last 2 days. I'm 820 miles into this, and it's taken me nearly 3 months. But if you set a goal in life, anything, could be a fitness goal, financial goal, whatever goal it may be, if you work hard and you keep at it every day and you don't give up, you'll reach it. You'll get there. It may take a long time. It may take longer than 3 months like it did for me. Don't give up. Do something every day that pushes you and that challenges you. Just take action and do it. You'll be a better person for it. You'll be happier. You'll be more successful. And you'll get yourself in the habit of doing hard things. That will help you in everyday life. And that's why I did the PCT. Not only did I want to spend this time with my son, experience the beauties of the trail and the people, but it was a physical goal. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, physically, mentally. It's super challenging. It hurts, and I knew it was gonna be hard. I knew it would push me to my limits, but I've done it. And the reason it's important is because when you test your limits, when you push your limits and you learn what you're made of, you learn how to work through pain, how to work through boredom, how to work through whatever challenge it may be. When future challenges arise in your life, they're easier to get through because you can look back on the hard things you've done and say, well, this looks hard, but I've done the PCT. I could do this, or I've climbed a mountain. I can do this. Use whatever example it may be, whatever hard thing you've done. But doing hard things and pushing your limits is really good for you. You're capable of more than you know, more than you even think is possible. Trust me, I'm 40 years old, and I didn't think I would have been telling you I've hiked over like 820 miles. That's not something that I would have thought a few years ago I'd be saying. But here I am. I faced fears out here. I faced loneliness. I faced physical challenges, boredom, but I've overcome all of those things because I stuck with it and I just kept going every day. I just kept waking up, putting one foot in front of the other, and eventually I get to where I'm supposed to go. So this is a long-winded way of me telling you to set goals, push yourself, go after what you want, go after your dreams. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait for someday. If you want something, take action now. You'll make a way. You'll figure out how to make it happen. All you have to do is start moving in that direction. Start taking action, start going, and it'll happen. You'll figure out a way to make it work. Stick with it, and eventually you'll reach your goal. There's a chopper coming in. Watch, they're coming to warn me. Run away, there's a fire. Hurry. Yeah, it does look like they're going over the trail. There they are. Oh, weird. That's weird. Coming back? You gonna talk to me? They are coming back. The heck? That was weird. they did that. Huh. They just flew over the top of me, circled around, came back and flew off again. It makes me wonder, what if another fire started somewhere? Well, I don't know. Maybe they're scanning the trail to see how many people are still on it. I'm not sure. That was really weird. They had to have seen me. Probably why they circled around. Maybe they'll come back and yell at me. I've heard stories from other hikers about that during fires. Fire choppers would come through and tell them to either like turn around, or they drop messages down to them, stuff like that. So that would be scary. There's a fire so close that they start yelling at me to get off trail. I don't know. I'm like 2 miles away from the shuttle pickup. So I'll talk to you soon. All right, I think I'm almost to the road. Crossing this high bridge here. The name of the ranger station, or the house up here, is called High Bridge. I don't know if that's why, but this bridge is pretty high. Right after this water crossing, shortly after, there should be a road and then a campground with the cabin. And it's either the road or the cabin that I wait at for a ride, so I'm just about there. My chariot to Stehekin awaits. Now I'm on a ferry to Chelan. This is Lake Chelan. Look how smoky it is. Apparently that fire, the smoke I was seeing this morning was from a fire that's close by. It looks like they're getting ready to evacuate the PCT, so I got out just in time, avoided all that. Okay, so a lot happened. I'm obviously in a hotel. I didn't have time to record all of this, but today I made it to a High Bridge. Supposedly they had a shuttle that would come there to pick people up, according to Far Out, 4 times a day. But when I was talking to my dad, he looked it up online, and it said that they were only doing one at 9 in the morning, and then by appointment only at 3. So he tried to call for me to schedule an appointment for 3, got an answering machine that said, sorry, you've called after hours, we're not available to leave a message. So I'm kind of panicking because Stehekin was 11 miles from that point, and it's either catch a ride or walk into town 11 miles because I had scheduled to ride a ferry the next morning at 10:40. I hiked 15 miles in record time, and I got there at right at 12:30. I'm across the river from the stop. I see a school bus pull in front of me, and I see a big group of hikers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the shuttle. I didn't even know there was going to be a shuttle. So I start running down the road, run around the corner, across the bridge, and I make it there just in time to board this shuttle, this 12:30 shuttle that I didn't even know was going to be there. I get up to the bus, and I hear the bus driver telling everyone $10, $10. I didn't know it was going to cost anything. I didn't have any cash on me at all. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have any money. I didn't know it cost anything. And this really nice girl next to me heard me say that. She said, do you need money to get on? And I said, I do. I'll pay you back as soon as we get to Stehekin, I promise. She's like, oh, no problem. Here's $10. So she lent me $10 so I could get on the bus. The bus takes us to Stehekin, and then I find out, oh yeah, there's one more ferry that leaves at 2 o'clock to Chelan. I went online and looked, and it said there was only one ferry that leaves Stehekin every day, and it was at 12:30, the one I bought tickets for. Come to find out, there's 2 companies that do ferry boats to and from Stehekin and Chelan. So I had to get a new ticket. I couldn't get a refund or cancel the other one because it was a different company and it was too late. So I just ate the $40 and decided to buy a new ticket. There's a little store there, by the way, where the ferry's at. And so I get my ticket, I run back to the store, and I'm trying to get cash back so I can pay this girl back for the $10 that she lent me. And she refused. She's like, no, don't even worry about it. Don't pay me back. It's not a problem at all. It's just so nice of her. So Someone paid for my shuttle ride. I jump on the ferry, and they have a deck on the back, an open deck where you can sit. And I decided to be nice to everybody because I smell so great to go sit outside. Another couple heard that I was backpacking, and they had brought stuff to make sandwiches. They just made me a couple sandwiches right there, and here's some ham sandwiches. It's the least we can do for you. It was so nice of them. We pull into the dock, and they offered to give me a ride to a hotel. They suggested a hotel. They dropped me off here. Just talk about the kindness of strangers. Like, I gotta pay it forward because none of these folks would let me pay them or do anything in return. They just were all trying to help me out. Another couple gave me a bag of potato chips. Just a bunch of really nice people. It's kind of restored my faith in humanity, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm checked into this hotel a day early. I wasn't expecting to get here into Chelan until tomorrow morning, but instead, here I am. They're gonna bring the car earlier in the morning tomorrow, so I'll grab the car, get supplies for the next 3 days, and then drive up to Harts Pass, where I'll finish the hike to Canada and be done. All this will be finished in 4 more days. That's crazy. Anyways, just to fill you in, that's what happened. So I'm filthy, as you could tell, like a mess. I reek. So I'm gonna jump in the shower, and then I'm gonna go across the street, and I'm gonna find a place to eat, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. 15 miles, 4-hour ferry ride. Anyways, I will catch you guys later.